Hello everybody and welcome back to Manor Lords, where we still have a bit of a food issue here in Iconau, and we're working on it. It's in progress. I'm not going to call it great at this point, but it is definitely in progress. We're currently subsisting on berries, and that is going to last for a while, but not going to be a permanent solution. So for now, that's okay. I saw right. I don't think we have a market in Goldhop. We just saw this pop up here, and we should definitely put one in. A marketplace here is useful. So I'm thinking right down over here is a pretty decent spot. That's like 40 locations for market stalls. Do it. Okay, so that'll be fine for the time being. We've got a bunch of work that needs to be done here, of course, and that's okay. Now, what we really need is to get a bunch of gold. We're working on that, too. So we're at 3,006 in Iconau right now, in Waldbrand. And in Newslow, we're at almost 4,000. That number is definitely down, but we'll continue to work on getting some additional gold. We're going to finish up these wheat farms soon enough. They're going to produce some amount of wheat anyway. And then, of course, there's these barley fields back here. This is all very delayed, and this is not really going to come online until next season. But at least there's going to be some amount of wheat coming out of this. So that's okay. We're looking at 17 wheat right now here. 25? 27 in total. Okay, that's not too bad, actually. So that seems fine for the moment. Of course, our berry deposit is a thing, and we currently have 1 month of food here. We just need to have enough food to go on until the harvest for right now. So that is definitely a thing that we are working on. Now, over in Immenruth, I want to make sure that we are on 3 and 1. Yeah, that seems fine. What are we trading here right now? So if we look at our trading post, we are currently exporting planks and hides. I mean, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough for now. So we should be building up some regional wealth in Immenruth. Over in Zawau, I already checked to make sure that we're good here. We pretty much are. And the Woodcutter's Lodge is unlimited work area. Yeah, they should be working right over here. So no real problem here. We should be, in theory, building up our regional wealth again here. We have no trade on planks. Let's go ahead and export planks. And we're going to put this at, like, we'll keep a stockpile of 100. We can even establish a trade route for that. We're currently exporting barley, but we don't have any barley, so that is obviously not going to be a thing. Exporting some bread and berries, but we don't have many of those right now. We do have hides, and we should be exporting that. We should keep, like, 10 in stock or so. So we'll do something like this. We could also export some dyes, which would be very, very profitable for us. We'll keep 100 of those in stock. We could even export some clothes, keeping around, I don't know, 20 of those in stock. So that should help out in Zawau. Up here in Goldhof, we're not doing any exportation as of yet. We're not too concerned about that. In Selbitz, how are things going here? Well, we definitely need to do some exportation here. Our trading post has no one in it. And we should consider probably expanding our burgages a little bit. Something, I want to be out here, not snapped. Okay, yeah, something kind of like this. So we'll get that going. That seems reasonably fine. And how many do we have in the farmhouse here? Okay, that looks decent. Do we have a weaver's hut here? Or weaver's workshop, rather? We've got that farmhouse, large storehouse, communal oven, saw pit, malt house. I'm not sure that we have a weaver's hut. We probably should get one at this point. So that seems reasonably fine. We would put the Weaver's Workshop somewhere like, hang on, isn't this one? Yeah, this is one. Okay, we're fine. We don't need a Weaver's Workshop then. That sounds great. Cool. We could use some more people in this mining pit, this clay furnace, heading down to this mining pit. That would all be fine. We do have someone in this stonecutter camp right now, and we could use someone in the storehouse. So that is all definitely noted. As someone in the saw pit as well. Okay, we definitely need more families here. So that is fine. Now, I want to check in on the status of Ica now. At this point, we have 1 month of food. Okay. So we've got some berries, we've got a little bit of bread, and we've got some eggs. Sure. We're going to be working on these barley fields, but we're not expecting significant amounts of barley for a while. Like, not this year. This isn't going to be huge. Let's get this sown, and we'll see how much we get out of that. But again, I'm not expecting this to be too significant. It's already April, so that looks fine for now. Yeah, we're going to get 4 barley out of that. That's about what I expected to get. The wheat is going to be a little bit better, but it's next year that this is really going to come online. So that's okay for now. The real question is, can Ica now survive another year? And I think the answer to that is yes. Our royal taxes increased, and that just keeps happening, which is, you know, obnoxious. But for now, it's okay. This is probably based on, like, our overall income or something, is my guess. And it probably can't go down. It can probably only go up. So it's currently May. We did manage to get all of this planted. We're going to get a total of 5 barley. Whee! That's amazing. So 5 barley is, of course, not ideal. In this farmhouse, we're still looking for 2 additional families. However, we are up to 2 months of food right now. That will currently take us up a ways. So that's good. And I believe we just brought in some additional grain. So that will also keep us afloat for a little while longer. And yeah, stocks damaged by weather up over here. This storehouse is pretty full, no doubt about that. And we actually have a whole lot of clay here. We have 4 families in the deep mine and only 1 in the clay furnace. I'm going to take 2 families out of the deep mine. I'm going to add 1 to the clay furnace. And I'm going to add 1 to the... Am I going to add 1 to the storehouse? No, I don't think so. But maybe adding 1 to the trading post isn't a bad idea. And then we pulled these 2 out of the farmhouse. And then we're searching for farmhouse families again. Hi, saving. There we go. Cool. So that's fine for now. We do currently have 2 months worth of food, although the tooltip isn't actually working when we're right here. That's interesting. But we have 2 months worth of food here, and I think we'll be okay for a while. Like, our berries will keep us afloat, in theory, until the harvest here. And once the harvest happens, we should see a fairly large amount of grain coming in here. Now, this is an unlimited work area. I want to limit the work area of this farmhouse up here specifically to that. And then this farmhouse is on a limited work area, so that should be already set to this. Perfect. Okay, so that sounds good. Now we're going to need to get ourselves some more of these retinues going, right? And we're going to need a manor up over here. Now, I don't think we can build it right now. Yeah, we're lacking the saw pit, which is under construction, and we're lacking the stone up here, which there's no source of... Oh, there is a source of stone. Okay. That's reasonably fine. Okay. That seems fine for the moment. We do have 25 months of food here, so that's definitely a thing. We need the population to grow, and that will be getting started, so that looks good. Cool. So it's currently May. I would currently be thinking about campaigning right now, except that we don't have the influence. We are lacking that at this moment. So we want to build up the influence. That means that this season is not the season to unify the map. That will be next season. So that's okay. And keeping an eye on Ica now over here, the berry deposit will stop growing once we hit June, correct? I think it'll stop growing, but it may regrow another time or 2 before then. But we're definitely very reliant right now on our berries income. That's for sure. We're eating lots and lots of berries down here in Ica now at this point. But we are going to get a fair amount of additional wheat. So that is going to help matters. I mean, this is going to be a total of like 40 additional wheat, but next year it's going to be a lot more wheat. So that'll be good. We're going to get a fair amount of wheat over here as well. We're up to 966 gold. We're still going to be working on saving up for our royal tax. That's going to be necessary. And this here is an apple orchard. Right. Okay, that's fine. So here we've got a lot of food in Waldbrand. No real problem on the food front. In fact, generally, we're doing pretty okay. Most of our places are relatively stable. We could work on expansion in a lot of these areas. We could work on leveling them up. But for now, I think it's pretty decent. In fact, we could upgrade this over here and this over here. And that will get us Immenruth upgrading. That sounds great. So we'll get that underway. And then Eikenau, we are up to 3 months of food now. It is June, and this berry deposit is eventually going to run out. But 3 months of food takes us June, so July, August, September, right? That gets us to the harvest in theory, and we're still going to be... Apparently the berry deposit is still growing in the summer. Okay, so we're still going to be stocking up on some of this until the harvest. That sounds good. So we do need 2 additional families coming into Eikenau. That's understood. Out over in Zawau, how are things looking here? Well, we could try to upgrade some of these burgage plots. We are lacking diversity in our food stall supply in order to do that. Okay, are any of these currently eligible to be upgraded? I'm guessing the answer to that to be no. These are level 1 burgages down here, and I'm very interested in getting these guys upgraded to level 3 burgages, because we need to get 3 of those. So that means that we need a bigger quantity of, well, rather a bigger diversity of food. Currently, we've got berries, bread, and a couple of eggs. I don't think we have access to apiaries here, correct? That is correct. Okay. Now, are we still using a communal oven here, or did we go to Baker's? I think we're still using the communal oven, right? Yes, we have 2 people in the communal oven. So I'd like to go to some of these level 2 burgages, hopefully one with a backyard. I don't think we have any level 2 burgages that have a backyard currently available. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to consider upgrading you and you to level 2 burgages. There we go. That'll be fine for now, and that will allow us to build bakeries here and get rid of this communal oven. So that would be great. That'll increase the efficiency markedly. Now, Waldbrand is at the maximum settlement level. I'm pretty happy with the state of Waldbrand for right now. So that seems okay. Over here in Goldhof, we're waiting on more people, so this is fine. That said, all of this construction is complete, so I'm going to go... I think we're not going to put a family into the farmhouse until fall, when we're going to start plowing all of this up. So that'll be fine. We'll put a family into the saw pit for now, and we'll keep a construction reserve of about 10 logs. Cool. So that looks good for now. Over in Selbitz, we do need to get this upgraded. So we need some level 2 burgage plots. Church level. Yeah, building a church would probably be a useful thing. So we can definitely do that. We can put in a wooden church, in theory, like down here. We could put it in maybe up here. Not enough goods. What are we lacking? Planks. Okay. We could put our construction family into the planks, but we don't want to do that, actually. So we could take a family out of something here. Woodcutter's Lodge? Probably, yes. We are doing okay on fuel for right now, so I'm going to do that. We need to get a church going in Selbitz, so that sounds good. In Newslow, we definitely want to get a level 3 burgage plot going here. So this is a level 2 here, as is this. I'm just wondering about what we need here. Clothing and tavern supply. Okay. I'm wondering if we have the supply in any of these locations. This is a level 1 burgage plot right now. Okay. We do want to get these leveled up, but for the time being, I think this is okay. Like, we're not going to get a level 3 burgage here, unfortunately, I don't think. We're just lacking a bit too much in the clothing stall supply and in the tavern supply. So that's understood. Seems like we might need to get another tailor's shop. I'm wondering what these guys are currently doing. Going home, peddling, and waiting. Okay. So we might not actually have enough input resources for them. Let's see. Where's our dye shop here? Here it is. Okay, we have no one working in the dye shop. That's something we should probably change. Let's get another burgage constructed up over here. In fact, I'm going to do 2. That's an expandable burgage, and that'll be fine. We can upgrade this guy to a level 2, but this is okay for the moment. So the big problem here, I think, is our dyer's workshop. So I want to get someone in there. That'll be fine. We'll just expand that out ever so slightly. So down here in Immenruth, we should have these upgrades done relatively soon. We're still working on transporting goods, so nothing too major there. Okay, we can warp forward a bit here. Seems good. So Iconau is currently sitting at 3 months of food. Okay, we're still looking for some family growth here. That's fine. It is now July, and we're definitely seeing the crop growth happening here. Yeah, 60 days until harvest at this point. So that'll be fine. We're at 1.9k influence, so we have almost enough influence now, but note how this berry deposit is no longer growing, and it's about to run out. So we've got 3 months of food right now. Most of that is berries. We've got a little bit of bread, and we've got those eggs and meat that go pretty quickly. So that's definitely a bit of a problem for us. We're going to run out of berries relatively soon, but it's July, and we've got enough food to take us till the harvest. So for now, that is a good sign, but we'll see. We will see. So somebody started moving in Nuslo. I want to head up over here and take a quick peek at that. Yeah, so this burgage, I want to expand the living space. We've got one family available here. Okay. Let's check in on Selbits real quick. We've got a family available. So what do we want this family to be doing? Well, we could have them be in this storehouse, and I think that's a good idea, actually. Or we could have them come down and start working on the mining pit here. We'll do that. There's still some stone down here that we can work on, so that seems fine for the moment. Now, over in Goldhoff, we're still waiting on growth here. Homelessness and cold. Neither of those are relevant. I think we just have to wait for our approval to go up. Okay, that seems relatively fine. Cool. So we're waiting on growth here, no major problem. Now, in Zawao, this is pretty much we just need, like, food variety, right? And the question is, how do we go about getting the food variety that we need? The problem here is a lot of our food varieties are being eaten up by these, right? We do have some burgage plots level 2 coming in here. This is going to be a bakery extension. And then this one is as well. So we're going to pull the families out of the communal oven for right now. In fact, we're going to demolish the communal oven. There we go. And we'll proceed forward here. This burgage plot needs to be upgraded. So we should have those logs coming in slowly over time. We have one here right now, and we need to get another 2. Not sure where the ox currently is here. There's 3 oxen, with 2 being unassigned. We may want to assign one of these oxen over to here. We're looking for one. That's interesting. So if we were to go over to our stable here, we should order an ox. There we go. So that looks good. Ah, we managed to get a second log here, I see. So we're now halfway done with this burgage. and we're going to get the rest of this done soon enough. Here comes another ox. Fantastic. So we're going to go grab the log up over here, presumably. Yep. And we're now hauling this in a weird direction. We hauled this over to the saw pit. Okay. Whatever. I do really want to get this burgage completed. We've got a bakery going here, and that will be fine. We've got all of this hauled. So we just need to have a family come over here and finish this, and it is done. So now we want this to be a bakery instead. Perfect. That will dramatically increase the efficiency of our bread construction. So that looks great. It is, of course, now August, and we can note that this berry deposit, it's gone. We're not going to get any more berries this year. We've got what we've got. So that's understood. I'm going to go down to the trading post here, and I'm going to, for now, turn off the import of grain. I'm hoping that we're going to be self-sufficient at this point. Global market supply is undersupplied on grain. Okay, noted. I'm definitely hoping that we're going to have enough. So it's currently August. We've got 3 months of food stored. That's enough time to get the harvest in and get baking again, in theory. So that looks good. Here in Immenruth, we should have these upgrades pretty much done, right? Almost. We've got everything hauled here. And this will allow us to get another policy, or rather not a policy, an upgrade in Immenruth. So that sounds good. New development point. Beautiful. So what do we want to go for here? We've already got beekeeping. Do we have apiaries right now? I'm not convinced we do. Doubles the amount of meat harvested by hunters, huh? But this will enable the beekeepers to also collect wax. We'll go for that for now. Okay, so do we have an apiary here? I'm not convinced that we do. I don't think we actually built one. We have 27 workers here. Yeah, I don't see any apiaries here right now. So I think we do need to get a couple of apiaries going. So that is, of course, going to be under gathering. And apiaries are going to go, we can put one up over here. And we could put one, like, up over here. Something like that. Now, I would like to get some additional population growth here as well. So I'm thinking burgages out over here. This is too steep to build? Okay. So we can't actually build on that hill there. I guess that makes sense. We could build them out over here, though. So that would mean building a couple of burgages like here, right? That's one burgage with some expansion spots. And then we can have some burgages that actually have backyard space out over here. So something kind of like that would be the idea. So let's get that going. That'll be fine for now. So over here in Eikenau, we have workers with an empty area. I'm not sure what worker that would be. Oh, the foragers. Yeah, that would be the case. We could pull a family out of this forager hut since we clearly forage it too quickly. And then we could put this over into the dyer's workshop, but that is going to consume the berries, so I don't really want to do that right now. Maybe once we have the food situation here stabilized. Although, we're currently at a decent amount of... I feel like we need additional burgages up over here. We need more workers. Something like this. We'll get 5 more burgages here. That is more mouths to feed. I'm aware of that. But these mouths are going to be working on food production. Kind of. Kind of. In a weird sort of way. These apiaries are all full, so that seems reasonably fine for now. I do want to get another family maybe working in the communal oven, but yeah, we need a little bit more work here, so that seems good. Now, over in Zawau, how are we doing on our food variety? We've got berries, we've got bread. Well, that's inauspicious. We need 3 varieties of food reaching these burgages level 2, and that's going to be complicated. No doubt about that. So for the moment, that's not a thing that's happening. That's understood. Over here in Goldhof, we now should have some population growth. That looks good. We definitely want to start getting some families out to the fields relatively soon. So this is currently set to wheat here. This should really be set to probably flax. What is our highest flax field? Okay, yeah, something like this. It'll do for now. So that'll do. We're going to get this all set up eventually. But we need more people here in Goldhoff. So that's what we're waiting for, but it will be September very soon. We may have to do an all hands on deck sort of thing to get this all plowed up. We want to get that started the moment that September rolls around. So I'm just going to say that all of our families that are going to be moving in here, they're going to be going into the farmhouse. But we're probably going to pull some families out of some of these things a little bit later on, like the saw pit, the logging camp, probably the woodcutter's lodge. In fact, probably every family that we have is going to get pulled onto the fields the moment September rolls around. So that is noted. What is also noted, we only have 1644 gold right now. I think we have to consider raising taxes in Waldbrand up to 5. In fact, we're going to change our land tax across the board to 5. I think we have to. The king's taxes are just going way up. So we're going to do exactly that. So down in this manor, we're just bumping everything up to a land tax of 5%, and that is where we're going to sit for the moment. Okay, so out over here as well, up to 5%. There we go. We have no manor in Goldhoff yet, but we do up in Selbitz, and this is going to go to 5% as well. Did we boost up Newslow? I can't remember. I think we did. Yeah, okay. So that's everything up to 5%. That almost doubles our tax income, which in theory should be decent. But our tax income is definitely getting up there. Now it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to get our harvest going. That is definitely going to be 29 out of 26, huh? Okay. That is definitely going to be a bit of a labor-intensive task, as the harvest usually is, but that will be fine. You could leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.